Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I declare open the 10th plenary meeting of this General Conference, which will be devoted to the continuation of the general policy debate. We will now continue with national statements, but before that, in order to make our afternoon as efficient as possible, we will need to continue the good practice of respecting the 6-minute time limit. I wish to thank you in advance for your understanding and cooperation in this regard, and just take a note that when you hear the first musical signal, you have a minute to make conclusion of your speech. And now I have the honor to call on our first speaker, which is His Excellency Mr. Carmelo Abela, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade Promotion of Malta. Minister, floor is yours.
Madam President, Director General, Excellencies, fellow colleagues. Culture is who we are. It underpins our history, our identity, and our sense of belonging. It also forges bridges between people, connecting communities. Over the years, UNESCO has undertaken substantial efforts not only to strengthen ties between societies, but also to highlight the catalytic role of culture, education, and science in bringing people together. As a result of its heritage roots and its multifaceted diversity, Malta is in a unique position to appreciate the essence and value of culture in everyday life. Malta is confident that investing in our culture and heritage will lead to further cultural exchange and culture diplomacy. Understanding culture brings harmony to so increasing multicultural societies. With today's global cultural engagement, cultural diplomacy is going beyond a monopoly of governmental agencies and involves diverse stakeholders from the public sector, the business community, and civil society. With such a diversity of players involved in cultural engagement, the intercultural dialogue can be further enhanced with the noble aim of bringing peaceful coexistence between people of different race and religion. Culture can play an important role in foreign policy. Cultural cooperation can nurture dialogue, open-mindedness, and respect. Intercultural dialogue can help prevent conflicts and foster reconciliation between countries and religions. Culture can respond to global challenges, such as the integration of refugees and radicalization. It contributes to economic growth and provides the private sector with opportunities which could lead to better market opportunities. I take this opportunity to express Malta's great sense of pride and satisfaction that our capital city Valletta, as from January next year, take on the role of European Capital of Culture. Malta will continue to seek to maximize on opportunities, such as this role of Valletta as European Capital of Culture in 2018, to strengthen this synergy as a means of developing a stronger sense of awareness and understanding among the diverse elements and stakeholders in the Mediterranean region. This 39th General Conference is being held at a crucial point in time when we are witnessing whole cultural patrimonies being destroyed and wiped out. Ongoing reports of terrorists and organized crime groups targeting cultural cities, especially in conflict zones, is not only worrying but also deplorable. It has become highly apparent that in certain conflict zones, culture destruction is not incidental to the conflict, but is being carried out systematically either on the basis of ideology or religion, or to persecute by wiping out the identity and existence of distinctive communities. Sometimes it is done for pure greed or to finance their terrorist acts. The recognition by the International Criminal Court that destruction of cultural heritage can constitute a war crime reinforces the fact that protection of cultural heritage is not only a cultural issue, but also a security and humanitarian imperative. Attacks on cultural heritage is a crime against the international community, a crime against our social fabric, a crime against what brings us together, a crime against world heritage. We cannot afford to allow specific cultural patrimonies to be irreparably lost. I urge the international community to stand united. This is not a time to focus exclusively on our domestic agendas. It is the time to think about our common good. Each and every country can do its part in this fight. Last February, in its capacity as rotating presidency of the Council of the European Union in the first half of the current year, Malta convened the 4th meeting of the informal network of the law enforcement authorities and expertise competent in the field of cultural goods. This provided several member states and stakeholders from different countries with the opportunity to come together and engage in discussions aimed at addressing cultural property crime more effectively. Finally, since its setting up, UNESCO has helped inspire organizations and individuals to pursue a higher deal and improve the livelihood of a community, of a society, of a country, and of the world we live in. However, today, this is not enough. Countries, organizations, and people not only need inspiration to act, they also need to see a thirst for change, for the better, a quest to reach higher ideals. It is here that UNESCO cannot fail. With an ever-changing global community, UNESCO needs to continue to reform itself. It needs to reform itself to remain financially sound and organizationally solid so that it is capable of spreading its much-needed message in today's world. Finally, I thank the outgoing Director General, Irina Bokova, for her leadership and wish all the best for her successor. Thank you very much.